So, Germany is going to war with Russia. These are very, very interesting developments, or at least this is what the high elite of German politics wants, or at least most of them. So, Mr. Merz announced, I think this morning or last night, that they are massively building up the military, building up training to send troops to the front in Ukraine, to send troops to Ukraine to support in that conflict with Russia, which obviously escalates things. And it's very interesting, as I spend a lot of time in Russia, and I specifically spend time in Moscow, and I have been in gyms in Russia, and I've been training with Russian men, I've gone to the sauna with Russian men, and I've been around them, eat with them, train with them. And they're actually very friendly people. And they're not just friendly, they're also extremely disciplined. They're also extremely strong. And they're kind of scary people. I don't know if I would want to meet them in Ukraine, to be honest. So I find it quite interesting that a country like Germany that didn't have any Wehrpflicht, which is German for the rule of you need to serve in the military, they removed that couple of years back. I personally still would have had to go to the military, but under doctor's orders I didn't have to go because of my chronic disease that I have since I'm 12. So I was discharged medically, but born 91, every German still had to serve in the military for at least a year, and that was debunked. That law changed a couple of years later, and now they're flipping that back. So the Prime Minister, the President of Germany, basically said last night, we're going to pop up our military, and if not enough people sign up by themselves, we're going to force the same military rule, the same Wehrpflicht that we always had back on the people, and every 18-year-old that has the ability medically to serve is going to have to serve. Men have to serve in the military, and women will have to serve as civil servants, become medical, train medical practices, yada, 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 right? Women are not discharged from that necessarily. They don't have to go to the military, but there's other things that they will have to learn to support in war times. Guys, let that sink in. A country like Germany that actually, I'm sorry to say it, but it's the truth, doesn't have any men that are capable of going to war left. I mean, there is just no man left that actually want to defend the country. I'm not saying that they're actually not men, but the country is not even worth defending. It's been invaded the last 10 years by immigrants from some countries. People are letting into the border, into the country, without a passport, without identification, without their fingerprints, without documentation of their names. They can make up a new name, Dr. Doolittle, sign a piece of paper, and the German government will give them new ideas as Dr. Doolittle. So, and this is why we have seen criminality go through the roof, drug abuse go through the roof, the social systems are collapsing, taxes have increased, and cities that have been absolutely beautiful and well managed and incredibly engineered over hundreds and hundreds of years, they have had the complete downfall. I mean, if you want to see what's going on in Germany, there is lots of YouTube videos you can see online where people walk through Frankfurt or through Berlin and Hamburg, etc., and they show the actual streets, what's going on in these cities, and the drug abuse and the homelessness and the criminality, and how the police and the state absolutely does nothing for it. So how can Mr. Merz, your elected president of the country, demand your life to be sent to Ukraine to defend another country if you're not even defending your own? What idea? Guys, I need you to really think that through. Why does Mr. Merz care more about Ukraine than he cares about Germany? Why doesn't he give the police power to actually arrest people who take drugs in Frankfurt on the street? Why doesn't he take his power to arrest people that sell drugs to children in Frankfurt, Germany? Why the police isn't doing anything? Why the police doesn't arrest these women and these men that take drugs on the street in front of children? Why they're not being arrested and put in jail for 10 years? Or 20? I don't care. Put them in jail. Or most of them, actually, they might not even be from Germany. So you don't even have to put them in jail. You buy a $100 ticket to whatever country they're from. You send them home. Simple, much cheaper. Don't put them in jail. It's a waste of money. Send them back. I mean, are they so helpful for the German society if they financially support drug trade, financially support criminals? Probably they're committing crime to continue buying drugs, and then your 12-year-old child has to watch them while they pee on the street and take heroin in front of your children. Great. Absolutely amazing. Why you think I left Germany 10 years ago? Well, because this shit was already happening. And the politicians at the time, Merkel, she was the one who started the flood of people. She started the invasion. This woman is the main problem. And it's always being sold to us, we have to be sovereign. Oh, 150 years ago, Germany committed war crimes, and we have to be sovereign. We have to let everybody in. We need to be nice to people. Yeah, what about us? Now, me as a German, I have to live in 7 other countries in the world and find out, where do I like it now? Because Germany sucks. Germany is dangerous. Germany doesn't allow me to make money. Germany is simply a failed society. And everybody who is still in Germany wants to live in Dubai like me. And if you travel to Moscow once and you see how clean are the streets and how high quality is the food, because they are not allowed to import American-produced garbage, they're not allowed to buy it and bring it into their country, well, nobody's missing it. They have their own banking system. With a QR code, you can pay anywhere. You don't even need a card anymore. I mean, and everything's cheaper. Yeah, you're talking about Russia being the largest country in the world and the economy is the size of Italy. Well, it's because maybe they haven't inflated their currency to the fucking moon like Europe did and America does, and haven't printed as much money as you, so you can buy a steak in a restaurant for $30, not for 120. Well, maybe that's why their GDP is smaller. Anyhow, going back to this war talk, I'm really, really surprised that the people of Germany are accepting a politician to talk about sending your children to death when he's not even capable to write a little letter to his chiefs of police in different areas of Germany and tell them, please arrest the bad people in your country, the people who create problems, who steal, who don't pay taxes, who create drug problems, which then create, obviously, the waste of public funding, because now these drug abusers, they're flooding our healthcare system in Germany. And, well, great, that's going to cost you a lot of money as well, because they're actually getting treated for free. Well, it's not free. You, taxpayer, paying for it. Lovely, isn't it? The whole circle is a fucking mess. So, just to get back to the point, the people, I mean, do we need hundreds of millions of people to die again? Or do we want peace? Do we want sovereignty? Do we want evolution to continue? Evolution means not humans killing each other. The last 150 years after the Second World War, there came very important inventions, right? And that was because of the war effort. We evolutionized our technology. We created fertilizer, which was actually a German company, which then created the most life ever generated on Earth. We were 1 billion people in the 1920s. Now we're over 8 billion people in less than 120 years, which is nothing for humans. And why is that? Because we had more peace and we had more food. Why did we have more peace? Well, because Germany invented a bloody missile, a rocket that can fly, and started building a nuclear bomb, and the Americans finished it, and now warfare is just not worth it because everybody throws nuclear bombs at each other, and then hundreds of millions of humans die, and all our technology disappears, and everybody just loses. So that's why we jumped from 1 billion people to 8 billion people, which is nice. So now you have 8 billion people innovating, communicating, prospering, and bringing humanity to the next level. Isn't that what we should focus on? I mean, this war in Russia could end right now. I think if NATO would just make a step back, Russia would make a step back. They have enough land. And when history teaches us one thing, doesn't matter if you were Napoleon or you were Hitler or who you were in the past, you couldn't defeat the Russians. They're quite stubborn and they're pretty strong, and it's simply not a good geographical environment to go into. You can't really win that war. So, and that's something history taught us. You guys should look into that. So to round it up, Germany needs to wake up. Boys, you need to wake up. You need to speak up online. You need to go on the street. You just need to speak to the people that you love, that you care about, because if this conflict keeps getting worse, it's going to cost all of us. It's going to cost too much. Thank you guys for watching. I see you on the next one of Argo Breel. Take care.